What's up, people? Welcome to your 33rd After Effects tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you guys some more animation effects and how to create a common kind of a waterfall animation. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is go ahead and work with our animator a little more, and we're going to animate scale. So go ahead and click animate scale, and now you see our little animator pops up. And since we animated scale, we probably want to change that. So go ahead and change it to like 315. That's good. Change to whatever you want, actually. So don't mind that the letters are kind of look all bunched together and stuff. That's going to change. So after that, what you want to do is go ahead and add some blur. So we want to make it look like it's coming from out of focus to into focus. So go ahead and click the add arrow. And what we want to add is a property of blur. So go ahead and take this blur and set it around, let's see, it looks good, 25? Looks pretty good to me. And then once this is done, what you want to do is go in your range selector, and we want to change the shape of this. So in your range selector, again right here under advanced, this shape is the shape of the text. Square is pretty much how it is by default. There's also triangle, and as you can see, our text has kind of a triangle looking shape. Round is kind of like the same things, except it's a little rounded more. But since it's kind of a the effect we're going for is ramp up, and what ramp up is if you can't see, text gets smaller to bigger and kind of ramps up in size. What this is doing is pretty much it uses the start and the end values, and it kind of transitions from the start to the end values. As you can see, this is totally unaffected, and this last letter is affected totally. So that's all we need right now. So we don't have to work with advanced anymore, so you can minimize that. But the next thing that we're going to want to do is go ahead and change the start and end point. So let's go ahead and take this endpoint, and remember from last time, let's move it all the way to somewhere around 35. That looks good. And when you do this, you see that instead of ramping through your whole text, then only a third of it is ramped up, and the rest is the end by default. So in order to achieve the effect we're looking for, what we want to do is kind of mess with offset a little bit. And what offset means is, as you can see, you can move the start and end independently, but offset means move them at the same time. So as you can see, as I increase my offset, start and end both move in the same direction, and as I decrease it, they move backwards in the same direction. So let's go ahead and animate this to get a nice little cascading effect. So let's go ahead and move this totally off the screen to the left. So let's see, it would be about at 39. Click the stopwatch, put your first keyframe in, go to 5 seconds or something, and move this all the way off the screen, which would be somewhere about 100. Looks good. Who would have guessed it? And now, as you can see, we get a nice little animation as we move the what's it called? Current time indicator. So let's go ahead and play that. Probably should have moved it a little faster. But hey, you get the point. Let's play it one more time. Now that it's all loaded. Wow, would you look at that? That is some beautiful text right there. So again, another couple things you would want to do is probably mess with the opacity a little bit, so they kind of fade out and then fade in as they're appearing. But we did that last tutorial, so I'm not going to show you how to do it again. But what I am going to show you is how to make well, I'm just going to show you. So go ahead and put it somewhere in the middle so you can see what's going on. And go ahead and in your animator, click add, property, and go ahead and click anchor point. Now what this anchor point means is pretty much, well, I'll just show you. Whenever you move the anchor point, the text that's affected moves in either the Y or the X axis. So as you can see, this is moving in the Y axis, and this first one kind of spreads it across like this. So this is how you can achieve some neat effects as well. So again, that's with the anchor point. It just kind of offsets the text a little bit. So if you're going for that effect, don't forget to use anchor point, and that's how you can create a kind of neat cascading effect. And again, you would probably want to might as well change the opacity. We got a little time. Property, opacity, go home, set to 0. And then as we move through our animation, wow, that is a nice looking animation right there. So that's with the opacity set to 0 at the beginning. It kind of fades in, and that is our finale for our cascading waterfall text. So again, let's play it in real speed. Wow, that is some beautiful work right there. So that's the end of your tutorial. If you want to get any more, then I guess you're just gonna have to wait till next time. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Mess around with cascading waterfall animations, and once you master this, you're ready to move on to my next tutorial. So again, thank you, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.